Hello, 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 and welcome to Raven Random Rants. This is your girl, Raven the Serial Poet, coming to bring to y'all another rant that is random. I hope everybody had a beautiful holiday. I had a time. I think the last time I came over here, I was either moving or have moved to my destination, and I'm getting settled in quite well, I would have to say, except for a couple of hiccups here and there, but that's minor compared to what others are dealing with at this point in time during the holiday season. But today, normally y'all come over here, I use y'all as my diary or whatever. But today, I have a topic. We're embarking upon the new year. And this is going to probably be my last podcast for the year. Ain't that funny? Because it's like the 30th and, whatever. But, yeah, so this is going to be my last podcast for the year. And I wanted to speak on the spirit of procrastination and laziness. Okay, now I know all of us have a little procrastination and laziness in us, but it's levels to everything. And I feel like unless you are purposely being lazy or procrastinating, then that's one of those things that you can't circle back and be like, okay, why hasn't this been done? Why hasn't that been done? Why am I still dealing with this? Why am I still dealing with that? When you have not even put the foot forward enough to even embark upon the journey that needs to happen in order for that to happen. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know for me, I have the spirit of laziness. And I'm going to explain what I mean by the spirit of laziness. Like, I could lay in the bed and I know I need to work out, or I know there's something that needs to be done, but I look at that particular thing that needs to be done and I'm like, oh, well, I don't feel like doing it right now, so I do it later. And then later becomes like a week later. And then I'm trying to figure out, why is this particular thing that I was supposed to do, why it hasn't been done? Because I'm the type of person that I know if I don't do it, it's not going to get done because others have the spirit of procrastination and laziness. Not saying that it's a bad thing because, as an adult, you can do what you want to do when you want to do it. But when, it's something that's dire, something that is essential to your environment, to yourself, I feel as though it's one of those things that you should want to do without any hesitation. But that's just me. But, as far as working out, like with me, I lack motivation. If I don't have motivation, if I don't have somebody that's pretty much leading the way or saying, come on, let's do this. And even if they do say, come on, let's do this, they say it at the wrong time, I'm not doing it. So, yes, I have the spirit of laziness. Because if I'm sitting up there and I'm like, okay, let's do this. And you keep saying, oh, yeah, we're going to do this at a particular time, a particular day. And, it just never happens. Then I have a feeling of like, yeah, you want to just do things when you want to do it. And I'm not signing on for that. So that's why I say I have the spirit of laziness. Because if you don't do it when I have the energy to do it, I'm not going to do it. Hence, therefore, the spirit of laziness. Now, when it comes to procrastination and stuff like that, a lot of people have the spirit of procrastination because, they feel like, oh, well, I could do it when I get ready. I do it when I feel like it, or whatever the case may be. But my thing is, when it comes to like washing clothes, cleaning your environment, doing things like that, if you procrastinate to do that and then you like, why do we have gnats? Why do we have roaches? Why do we have this, that, and the other? Like, what's going on? You can't wonder that because if you sit up there looking at your trash piling up, or if you looking at your area and your dishes is in your sink, or you don't, clean up after yourself, you can't really wonder why you have roaches or ants or whatever it is that you have in your environment that's getting on your nerves. If it's there and you're not helping it from not being there, then what do you expect? You know what I'm saying? Like, people have to realize that you can't put forth the effort and not, well, you cannot not put forth the effort and not expect for things to be the way that they are. And that's just where I am right now. I feel like 2025 is definitely going to be different, because being around somebody 24/7 and seeing their habits, excuse me, it's going to make me not want to have those same habits. So whatever needs to be done, I'm going to do it. Whatever needs to be taken on, I'm going to take it on, because what I refuse to do is go into 2025 with that same old mindset of I'ma just wait on somebody to do it, and then when they don't do it, I have an attitude, because that's how it's been all my life. I expect for people to say, do what they say they're gonna do, and then when they don't do it, I have an attitude. Instead of me getting up and like, okay, you know what? They not doing it. Let me just go ahead and do it. Yeah, I'm gonna do it with an attitude, and you just gonna have to take it in stride and deal with it. If you don't want to deal with it, then you know what I'm saying, close your ears, close your eyes, and don't fucking worry about what I'm doing. Because 9 times out of 10, it's probably something that you were supposed to been did a day or two ago. God blesses those who take care of the little things that He blesses them with. Why would you expect big blessings and you not even taking care of the small blessings that He's bestowing upon you, and then you sitting around mad at the world, talking about why people get these cars and why people get these houses and why people get this and why people get that, when you not even taking care of the little things that God has blessed you with. Perfect example. If you already have a working car, but the only thing you have to do is fix that particular car to get it running or to keep it running, why would you trade that car in and spend unnecessary money on two cars that you pretty much done had to pump money into anyway, when you could have took that particular money and fixed the car that you already had? Or why, if when you have a house or an apartment and you had the money to go get another house or rent a house or whatever the case may be, that's better than where you living at, but instead of you doing that, you decide to just complain about the property manager? It's not your house, so you can't really complain about, who's running their stuff, how they running it, because at the end of the day, if you don't own something, you really don't have no room to talk. Like, none. No room to talk at all. But you constantly do. And that's what I feel about people when it comes to the whole rental owning type thing. Yes, when you own things, you are responsible, 100% responsible for any maintenance, anything that breaks, anything that floods, anything that whatever, you're responsible for it. Versus when you're renting, depending on what you're renting, they are responsible. Property managers or whoever is responsible for it. So that's why a lot of people, people are like, well, why are you spending all this money on rental property when you could just own, put that money into buying a house or whatever? A lot of people don't want to deal with, the maintenance of a house, cutting grass and all that. And I'm one of those people, because I'm like, I ain't about to be doing all that. You could not, man, look, you cannot pay me to sit up there and buy no riding lawnmower because the house that I'm renting, backyard and front yard is wide as all outdoor. Like, no, I ain't doing it. Therefore, that's that spirit of laziness. But a lot of people have a spirit of procrastination and laziness because they look at these rental houses and they look at houses that they can own and be like, yeah, man, I would love to have a house like that. Man, that house look amazing. You know what I'm saying? But then they sit and they think about it. They're like, damn, I have to cut the grass. I have to fix whatever, like if the pipes bust, I have to pay to get somebody to fix the pipes. If the walls need to be painted, I have to pay for somebody to like paint over the walls or whatever. But I feel like sometimes things are worth it. Like if somebody was to walk up to me right now and say, yo, I have a house and I just need somebody to take over this house. And all you got to do is pay me $500, and that's for everything. Everything is included: lawn care service, um, maintenance, all that. If somebody was to come to me, offer me $500, but the only thing I have to do is pay that $500 in the land tax, man, where do I sign? Of course, I would read it before I sign anything, but it's just the fact of like, as a person that loves her own space, yo, I would sign that doggone paper up like, hey, yo, where do I sign it? Because, yeah, my peace means everything to me. Everything. So it's like the fact that I could be in the house, I could clean something, I could do something, and I know that it's going to stay that way. Yo, you can't buy that type of peace. And then, if even if I have to do a couple of, I feel like even if I have to cut the grass, I would just make sure I cut it like late in the afternoon or some shit. A time when it's not really too hot and the wind is blowing and stuff. But I wouldn't do like I grew up in Louisiana where people used to get up at the crack of dawn cutting grass. I'm like, yo, people still trying to sleep to go to school, to go to work, and you out here cutting grass, running over twigs, running over rocks, making all this noise, possibly busting people's windows and shit. Like that shit is mad disrespectful. But people do it. And that's the crazy part. But yeah, I can't be around people that lack motivation, lack dedication, lack the whole method of do what you say and say what you do, you know, because it's bad enough that I have that. Like when you have two people that have that mindset, y'all can't get nowhere. Like it's nowhere to be. So, why would I allow myself to fall into that category when somebody else already have that category sold up, hook, line, and sinker? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I guess the older I get, the more I realize that being around somebody and seeing how they operate throughout their day, because I'm the type of person, you know, close the door. If I don't see it, it don't exist. But seeing that shit every day, seeing people with the spirit of laziness every day after they finish talking about somebody, else sit up there talking about, oh, all they want to do is lay around and they don't really want to do nothing with their life. But the first thing you do in the morning is get on Facebook, scroll through the reels, and and have a good kiki. But you do that shit all day. So you don't want to go walking. You don't want to take the trash out. You don't want to clean up your area. Like, you don't want to do nothing. That shit behooves me. Like, I don't know. And I know I don't have no room to really talk like that because it's like sometimes I be the same way. But when it comes to cleanliness, nah, nah. That's gonna be one of those things. That's why I say people always keep telling me, "Oh yeah, when you get into another relationship, you gonna have to share your space with somebody, and you gonna have to get used to a lot of their mannerisms." And I look at them, and I'm like, "Nah, I don't think so, no." And then he was like, "Oh, so you just not gonna date nobody?" No, because I know me. I know my mouth. I know my attitude. I ain't about to sit up there and get into no relationship with somebody that, is basically lack motivation of doing shit. If anything, if I vet you and you like, oh yeah, I'm an organized person. I'm a clean person. I like to cook, but I clean as I cook and this that, and the other. Yo, then we could talk. But if you one of those type of people like, oh well, yeah, I cook and I clean up whenever I get ready or whatever the case may be. No, we cannot talk. We cannot even converse with each other because the type of time I be on that time where yeah, I need somebody that is on the same spectrum I'm on. That is where my peace resides. Like, I don't even have the energy or the patience to deal with somebody that overlooks something that needs to be done and they be like, oh, well, I'll do it tomorrow. And then tomorrow turn into a week, or a week turn into 2 weeks. And I'm sitting up here looking at this shit piling up when it's like, it's simple. Like, it's simple shit that could be done. And then the first thing they want to say, well, you do it. If it bothers you so much, you do it. That ain't even the fucking point. If you the main person that's basically doing shit, disrupting shit, making a mess, whenever I turn around, you got your damn area looking crazy, or you looking crazy, then yeah, no. I ain't about to sit up there and turn it to my mom and stress myself out because your ass is lazy or the master of procrastination. I'm not doing it. And that's what people don't realize. Like, they so quick to just feel like I be nagging, or they be like, well, damn, why the fuck she got an attitude? My attitude depends on you. And I keep telling people that. That's why it be killing me when people be like, oh, yeah, Virgos is hard to love. Virgos is complicated. Virgos this, Virgos that. No, our attitude and our energy depends on you and the people that we're around at the time. If you the type of motherfucker that's like constantly saying something, like, we could sit up there and listen to you talk, and that's a lot of the people that I've embarked upon in my 44 years on this earth. A lot of people talk the talk. Like, they will literally be like, oh yeah, when I was this age, I used to do this. When I was that age, I used to do that. My mom taught me how to do this. My dad taught me how to do it. But then when you get into your own shit, you just end up with amnesia. Like, what the fuck is we doing? Like, what's going on? And then when you ask them about it, oh well, I'm grown. I do it when I get ready. Bet. That's why I try my best. Like, I try my hardest, and people don't realize I try my hardest in relationships and in friendships not to let my mouth just jump ahead of my brain. I think before I say shit. Like a lot of people don't give a fuck. Like they'll say some shit. They be like, "Well, I'm grown. I say what the fuck I want to say, and if people can't deal with it, then oh the fuck well." But I'm the type of person to where I feel like, words hold weight, and if you sit up there, doing stuff to pretty much change a person's energy, and then wonder why they have a fucking attitude, you're the fucking problem. Especially with a Virgo. I'm the type of person to where I'm simple. I'm real simple. Do what you say you gonna do. Don't fucking lie about it. Don't have an attitude about it. Or don't fucking say you gonna do it at all. It's simple. Don't sit up there and see me about to do something and be like, oh, I'm gonna do it. And then I'm waiting on you to do it. I'm like, shit piling up. Dirty and whatever the fuck. Huh. Oh, I'm gonna do it. But then when you see me getting ready to do it, oh, I told you I was gonna do it. When, nigga? The fuck? When? That's what I tell people. I'm like, yo, I'm real simple. Say what you mean and mean what you say. Simple. If you gon', take me out and we gonna have a good time, let's go out, have a good time. Don't take me out and complain the whole time because guess what? You're not getting a second date. One thing I can't stand is a complainer. Yes, I complain about certain things, but I complain about things like, okay, why the fuck it take you so long to do something? Or why are you listening to something on your phone and the TV is on and your phone is on full blast, the TV is on full blast? What sense does that make when they've invented headphones? And then the first thing people want to say, well, I don't need to put my headphones in, whatever, turn the TV off. No. If the TV was on before you started watching whatever the fuck it was that you was watching, put your headphones on. And then you want to complain about what's on TV. Why are you complaining about what's on TV when you not even fucking watching it? Oh, because you hear it. Put your headphones on. Simple. You know? That's just like with me. When I don't want to hear nobody mouth or I don't want to hear what they watching or if I don't want to hear what they talking about, I put my headphones on. Simple. But people, I realize in this life, people just like to complain. People are natural born Karens. You know how Karens complain about any and everything and it really don't make sense, but they still complain anyway? I don't care what color you are, what gender you are. If you complain about shit that don't make sense just to complain, you're a fucking Karen. You're a Karen and you're a Ken. Simple. Now, I ain't gonna say that I don't be having my little Karen ways, because I do. Especially if I'm out and about and I hear some shit or I see some shit, I'm like, what the fuck? Why the fuck they doing that? Why they acting like that? Why they Karen activity? The only thing I'm not gonna do is just call the police just to call them, because that's just dumb. Like, that's the dumbest shit you could ever do, is call the police because somebody irking your nerves. Like, oh my god, they're talking hella loud, I'm gonna call the police. Like, wait, what? That don't make no sense. But I know for a fact that when things begin to roll for me, and yes, this podcast is all over the place. Y'all should be used to it by now because Hello, random rants. Um, but I know once things start rolling for me the way that I need it to roll, because I'm about to get back into my mindset of I'm about to block out everything that does not serve purpose in the direction that I'm trying to go. I'm about to do that. I'm about to do that expeditiously because yeah, I refuse to be in a space in my head to where I'm looking at somebody, and when I look at them, I just dread hearing their voice. Or I just dread seeing them, like, and I know they feel the same way about me, and that's cool. I don't really care. But my whole main thing is if you don't want to see me, then don't see me. Like, I would literally put on my headphones and walk past you, or like look past you. Like, seriously. And people don't realize that, like, I have that ability to where, like, if I see somebody that I don't want to see, I look past them. They think I'm looking at them, but no, I'm seriously looking past you. Period. Because yeah, when it gets to the point to where you're changing my mood, it's time for me to, yeah, I need to put my headphones on. I need to decompress. I need to change my mood, because if I don't change my mood, what's going to end up happening is I'm going to have an attitude, you're going to have an attitude, and then the energy in the room becomes hot. And then what? Then what? Now we both have an attitude, and the energy around us is hot for no reason. When you come mind your business, I come mind my business. I don't have to ask you to do anything but what you do. You do what you do because that's what you used to doing. And that's the mindset that I'm in. Like, I be wanting to do stuff for people, but then it's like once I realize, I'm like, yeah, this person don't really deserve for me to do anything for them. And speaking of which, have you ever done something nice for somebody and you put your thought into it, you put your heart into it, and you like, oh yeah, this is gonna be so much fun. This is gonna be epic. It's nowhere in the world that they can't love what I'm about to do for them because it's coming from the heart. Only for you to do that particular thing and then find out that, yeah, they just unappreciative. They complain about the very thing that you're doing for them. Like, oh, why you didn't get it in this color? Why you didn't get it in this size? Why you didn't do this? Why you didn't do that? Why did it cost so much? Why didn't it cost enough? It's almost like you hate to do anything for anybody, you know? But me being the Virgo that I am, my love language is giving gifts. Like, I love to give gifts, but once I realize or find out that you don't appreciate said gifts, then I stop doing it. And then people want to look at me crazy, like, oh, well, why don't you do what you used to? Why don't you, give me what I'm accustomed to? And then when I tell them, oh, it's because when I was doing what you are accustomed to, you didn't appreciate it. So therefore, I just stopped doing it and just let you get the bare minimum of what apparently you're used to. Because when people think outside the box and make that extra effort to show they love, then y'all want to sit up there and be like, oh, well, you know, I appreciate it or whatever, but what is this? No. But yeah, I want to say that if you are friends with or dating somebody or married to somebody that has that whole mindset of what you do is never enough, you have to get in the mindset of saying, okay, what I did was enough. If you don't appreciate what I did as being enough, you just have to stop doing it. Plain and simple. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your money. Don't waste your energy. Because at the end of the day, they still not gonna be happy. They're gonna find something to nitpick or bitch about. I used to be that way, but now I'm just like, if somebody don't get me something or if somebody don't do something or whatever the case may be, I do it for myself. Because like the saying say, if you want something done right, you gotta do it yourself. Like Chloe Bailey say, on her song Rose, she was like the only thing that she worried about is her rose. Message. Cause I guarantee you these guys, well, I ain't gonna say all of them. I ain't gonna group all of them together. But some of these guys, yeah, the only thing they worrying about is getting their rocks off. And half the time, it don't even feel good to them, but it's just the fact that they in something warm, something wet, and they just have a complex about it. I don't know what it is, but don't be wasting your energy on that. Don't be sharing your soul with people that don't deserve it. Because I'm slowly learning and seeing that you can sit up there and be any and everything to somebody, and they could care less, because the moment that they don't have no use or purpose for you, they will quickly dispose of you like yesterday's garbage. So, yeah, just love yourself and make sure that, you don't fall for someone that is lazy lover, procrastinate when it comes to your emotions, because, yeah, nobody deserves that. But to bring this podcast full circle, it is the day before New Year's, and I'm wrapping it up. I had to put it on pause yesterday because, of course, nosy people want to interject themselves into my business. So, but this the day before. This will be one last podcast before the new year. Um, but before I log out, I want to leave y'all with my thought of the year. Normally I'd give y'all a thought of the day, but I'm gonna give y'all a thought of the year. And my thought of the year is this: sometimes we have to choose ourselves in order to find our happiness, because only in doing that will we totally find what it is that we're seeking in life. No longer wait for someone to step in and fulfill your destiny, because only you can do that. So with that being said, y'all be safe. If you're going to drink, take a Lyft or Uber. Stay in the house or whatever. But please do not drink or drive. And if you are with some friends or you go out by yourself, be aware of your surroundings, because this world is wicked. So, signing off for the new year. Happy New Year. Happy holidays and all that jazz. Happy Kwanzaa. And I will talk to some of y'all later. Peace.